Nick, a kind of rough offensive night for you guys, especially from outside. What, obviously that's a tough matchup for you guys, but what was so different tonight where you just kind of couldn't get those shots to fall?
I think we went a little bit too one-on-one. We had 3 assists the whole night, and one was at the end when we got a steal and with a dunk. So, in our half court, we didn't get any motion, no flow to the game, no assists that we normally get. And the game was obviously hard with San Diego State's defense with their switching and keeping us between them and the basket. But we had some good looks the whole game. We just didn't capitalize on those. And credit to San Diego's defense, they played really well. But we should knock down some of those shots that we got.
When you get down 10 with 5 minutes left, you were able to almost get all the way back, creating a lot of turnovers and stuff. Was it too little, too late? If you were down 10 with 10 minutes left, would have been a different story, or what was?
No, I think you have the opportunity to win at any point of the game, and we just came back, and I think that was one of the positive signs within this game. I think we haven't really been playing second halves very well, and obviously we let the lead went out a little bit, but we came back and played some solid defense at the end and got some steals, and I think that's a good positive for us to move forward on.
I know it's tough right now, but what do you guys take positive from this game right after this tough loss? I
think just a lot, last 5 minutes we held them to 2 points. I don't know what the exact stat was, but played some solid defense. Jimmy had a tough game, and others rose to the occasion. But yeah, definitely free throws. We've been pretty terrible at that, but we just gotta go back to the drawing board, and it's a good reality check for us. Obviously we've been winning a few games, but it's something that we probably need. And go back and look at some film and just get better and get that motivation to get even better.
I know early in the game you guys were struggling to get open looks at 3, and then it seemed like you got some later and just they weren't falling. You're 0 for 14 before you finally hit yours. Was it their defense? Was it just one of those nights where the shots weren't falling? Or?
Their defense is top notch. They were switching everything and keeping us between the basket and stopping us from getting wide open threes. And it was credit to their defense, but at the same time we did have a few open looks there that we normally knock down, and it just wasn't our night.
How hard is that when you guys do rely, a decent amount on outside shots and threes when you're not able to get them to fall?
It's tough. We know going into practice, going into games, that we focus a lot on the 3-point shot, and some games we're not going to shoot very well, and we have to rely on other things. And tonight, we just weren't good enough.
Chandler, you're one of the longest, most athletic guys on this team, but it seems like San Diego State had 5 guys out there your size, your athletic ability. Talk about the difficulties that presents to you guys as a team and how you guys are constructed.
Well, normally we're so unselfish with the ball that it doesn't really we're able to counter their length with just moving the ball and getting good shots. But yeah, it's something we don't normally face, especially in the Mountain West. Not really where all 5 guys can switch and really contain all of our guards. But it's just every game plan is going to be different. We knew we played them in the class, played them last year. They had the same type of team, so it's nothing we were real surprised by. Just to see tonight, we're a little bit more stagnant on offense, and with their length on defense, it makes it that much easier for them to stay in front and guard our actions.
You mentioned the 3 assists and just kind of one-on-one standing around. Was that just all because of their defense, or was it just one of those nights where for some reason you guys weren't moving like you normally do, or what?
So it's always tough against a switch. when they switch all up, ball screens, you roll to the post as a big, and you don't really get many assists from that. But at the same time, we weren't our usual selves. Everyone knew that, and I think their defense kind of made us play the way we did tonight. But we got to look at the tape, and next time we play them, we definitely got to get better on offensive end.
Disappointing when you have a huge crowd in here and stuff, and knowing what the winner was going to take, sole possession at first place and stuff to have a game like this.
I wouldn't call it disappointing. At the end of the game, we had a shot to tie it up, and it was great for Duncan Nation to come out and watch us tonight. It was an awesome environment for us. Made it really hostile for San Diego State to come in. Really helped us down the stretch for the last 5 minutes. But obviously disappointing with the loss, but we're going to move forward. It's only one game this season, and we've still got 13 games left before the end.
Chandler, Nick talked about, I don't want to say a reality check, but it's kind of maybe forcing you guys to think of things a little different now that you've lost a game. How are you going to try to approach it now after this, after ending that win streak?
Right. Well, you look at teams all around the country, like a Michigan State, who was playing so well at the beginning of the year, and now they've kind of struggled. But it's almost you want to be playing your best basketball towards the end of the year, and we were clicking so well that it seemed like we didn't need a game to kind of let us look at the tape, look at ourselves, and find out where we have been successful in the past, and and try to limit the times where we're being stagnant or playing more one-on-one ball. But yeah, I think it's a blessing in disguise for this game because now we're refocused. We knew we weren't going to go undefeated in conference or undefeated the rest of the year. That's ridiculous to think that way, but it's how we look at things and how we get better.
Nick, what did you see, Nick, on the obviously when we get the shot block there with 10 seconds left? What was kind of the plan coming out there? And then it seemed like James got a pretty good look there right at the buzzer too.
Well, play was for James to come off my screen and knock it down, and we didn't really have much. After that, we're just trying to get a three up, and mine was blocked, but luckily we got the ball back and had a good look, and one of those nights when they don't go in, and had a good look, then go in, and that's their way it goes.
So the first option was for James.
Chandler, I think a lot will be made about San Diego State's defensive effort, but talk a little bit about yours. And their numbers were down too. I thought you guys did a good job.
Right. Well, yeah, we knew they had struggled kind of on the outside, their guards and shooting and that type of thing. But just focusing, especially on defensive end, because we really come into games knowing that we're going to get our good shots, and if we can limit the other teams, their best actions or their favorite plays and that type of thing, and getting stops. But yeah, I thought we did a fair job defensively. They just made some plays that normally some of the guys on our team make towards the end of the game. They made those plays, and I was able to kind of put them ahead, those 10 points or whatever, and it was tough to crawl back.
Not a great shoot.